Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Honey Sundays. Today is a solo episode. So, of course, short and sweet for your Sunday and just for you to adopt things maybe into your week. I've been thinking about what I want to share. And one of the things that keeps coming up is I love when people share their day in the life, or not necessarily like a vlog type thing, but they just even tell me about their structure because it helps me adopt what I want to adopt and curate my week. So for less stress, more efficiency, and feeling productive and feeling like a routine. I think we all thrive in routine. I need a routine or some loose version of it for me to feel really good about my day. So I have a toddler. My husband works a hybrid job. So I know that this is going to look a little bit different, but everything I'm sharing today, this is what I do when I listen to this type of content is adopt what you want to and what sounds really good to you, and then just obviously leave the rest. Some of you might not have any kids. Some of you might have 3 kids. So this is going to look really different depending on the season you're in. However, one thing to start with is workout routine. We moved this fall and we were in a rut of how to work out, like both of us working out while not paying for childcare during it and like how to swap. So, one thing that we did, my husband works 3 days a week in the office, 2 days a week at home. And basically Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, those are my mornings. So I'll work out at 6:30 or 7 and then I'll be back by 8 at the latest. And sometimes if I get back at 8 and he has a meeting to jump on, then that's kind of it. But it's like, those are my mornings. I'm gone. Bye bye. And he's with our daughter. And then Tuesday, Thursdays, he works out early and then goes straight to the office. So those are more my rest days anyways, or like longer walk, stuff like that. So that's how we've kind of split it up. He also works out Mondays and Fridays, but he goes during lunch. So I'll go in the morning and then he'll go during lunch. And I'm just sharing this because I feel like this has been a really, really good anchor in our weeks. And for a while, we literally did not know how to do it. I don't know about if anyone resonates with this, but I always felt like I should work out from home. And I do not like working out from home. I need a new environment. I need a mental break. I need a mental space where I see other people working out. I think it's just so much more motivating. So that was one of the things that we had talked about of like, okay, I got to go. Peace. This is my me time. This is where I'm working out, hopefully seeing people, seeing some friends, and then coming back feeling good instead of trying to do it all at once, which some of you might be in that season. I remember newborn season. It was so hard to plan a workout because their schedule is it's literally no schedule. It's just whatever they want it to be. So when they're eating, and if you have like some younger babies or multiple kids, I'm sure that's tough too. So that's just ours. We keep that routine, and it's been so beneficial for both of us of one, sticking with it, but two, also not resenting the other for not getting workout. You know, you get stir crazy. You get stir crazy when you're with kids all day or at home all day. At least I do. So that's the first thing that I love to share. Another system or routine that I have adopted that I think just works really well, especially now that the weather's getting nicer, is my daughter takes 1 nap a day, every day at 11. And whether I go to the gym or not, I really try to, by 9:30 at the latest, go for a walk, go outside, and pretty much spend that whole entire time until like 10:45 outside. Will she stay in the stroller that long? No, usually not. We usually stop at the park or something. I do try to get like 8 to 10,000 steps every day, but obviously this is just hard with different ages, and sometimes she wants to walk, which means we're getting 10 steps in 10 minutes. However, this has been really good for her too. I just feel like it wears her out, and she actually takes a much better nap when we do this. So yes, 9 a.m., walk, and then kind of the same thing. So then during her nap, she'll nap for 2 to 3 hours. I'll usually work, get things done. And then after that, depending on if I have childcare, there's a couple days a week where I'll have like a couple hours of childcare. And if I do, depending on meetings, I'll still work or try to go for another walk sometime in the afternoon to get the steps in, get outside. Just there's so many benefits to getting outside. So that's how we break it up. I have friends that are up and at 'em when their child or children wake up. They are going like, they eat breakfast and they go on a walk at 7:15 AM every single morning for 45 minutes. I think it just depends on where you're at in that season. Another thing that we do that is really, really helpful, I well, first, I'm gonna say this. I'm very type B. This sounds like I'm very organized. I'm a very type B mom, a very type B person. However, I do, like I said in the beginning, I think everyone thrives in having some sort of routine. And for me, the anchors that make me feel best is some sort of anchor in movement, some sort of anchor in food, just so that I can, like, I mean, that's a huge part of your week, especially as a parent. Like, you have to cook, you have to make them something. And I just feel better mentally when I move, when I'm outside. And I think she sleeps better. I think everything's better the more you're outside. That being said, I also wanted to share our grocery plan. We always buy pretty much the same set of veggies for multiple meals. And I will share these links in the show notes if you're looking for meals. I love Rachel Good Eats. All of my friends love Rachel Good Eats. Her recipes are very healthy and very simple. Like, I love Half Baked Harvest too. I don't know if you guys have heard of that cookbook, but hers are much more complex and take a lot of time. So, as much as I would love to be that mom, I don't do that. So, I'll share some of them, but for example, we buy peppers every single week, onions, usually tomatoes, and then we'll use that to either make enchiladas, sloppy joes, or tacos. So it's like kind of a rotation, but we always have one of the three recipes and they all pretty much overlap in ingredients, which is really nice. So then you have like tortillas that will freeze and then other staples that will freeze. Another thing that we do always have in the freezer is tortillas, buns, burgers, frozen veggies. For really simple meals, we'll do, like we have grass-fed frozen burgers, throw on with bun and some sort of veggie on the side or a sweet potato or something like that. Like very simple, but I will say we cook at home probably 5 to 6 nights a week, which I am very proud of since we moved closer. So it's a lot more tempting to eat out a lot. However, with, a toddler and her bedtime being earlier, it's just easier to make stuff at home that we know she'll eat and have leftovers for the next day. So those are some of the grocery habits. Those are really helpful. Again, I will share some of these because simplicity is better. I was just talking to someone about their nervous system and nervous system regulation. And I've talked about this in a previous podcast episode, but everything is nervous system regulation. So if I feel like I have nothing planned for dinner that night, this sounds silly, but truly I'm just stressed. I'm like, okay, what are we going to do for dinner? She's going to be hungry. She might get cranky. I think as a mom, your mind kind of cycles through this and it's like, well, now I have to go to the grocery store. So I just try to simplify as much as I can and just be prepared as much as I can. Again, frozen is your friend. Fresh is always better in terms of a health standpoint, but then I would say second is frozen. Going off of groceries, another system that I've tried to implement or routine, whatever you want to call it, is Wednesdays, I don't have any meetings. I purposely leave Wednesdays open as much as I can because if you can do this, if you have job flexibility or if you're a stay-at-home mom, I really love my Wednesdays. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's like an open canvas. But one, you probably ran out of groceries a little bit from Sunday because if you've cooked both days, had lunch, whatever, other things for the kids, then Wednesday's the day where you might have to like pick up a few things. So Wednesdays are as open as I can make them. I try to plan some sort of fun thing with a friend and with their kids ideally, but going for a walk, going to the zoo, meeting up with people at a park now that it's beautiful weather, or just trying to get out of the house in a fun way. And then on the way home, picking up whatever I need to really quick. I really love this. My friend has started doing this too, where she works and has a flexible schedule as well, but Wednesdays is what she tries to keep open just because it's like that reset. It's like that mini reset. You can stay home, you can go out, but there is like nothing that you're tied to, which is so nice. So I don't know if that resonates or if you could do that even if you're a student, you could do that where maybe it's just Wednesday afternoons that you plan something fun or plan to go somewhere every single Wednesday, same place or a different place, whatever makes you feel good. The one system that I do not have is a system for cleaning, which I've seen moms, super moms, and just really organized people do have plans of like every Monday they do laundry, every Tuesday they vacuum. I've tried that before. Again, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for me because randomly, what if you have more meetings, or what if you get invited to something and you don't want to say no because you have a chore list? I don't know. So that has not worked for me. If I ever get there, I will be sure to share it. But that might be something looking into, that maybe that really resonates with you, where you break up your week. Highly recommend going on Pinterest and seeing these. A lot of people have printables for it and they break up their days because it's basically just micro-tasking your week out. So Monday's vacuum, Tuesday's laundry, Wednesday is, I don't know, mopping, something like that. That seems like a great idea in theory. However, I just don't do that. I promise my house is clean, but that's just something, there's no structure to it. Another thing, and the last thing that I'll share, is every Sunday night, I have an alarm on my phone around, I think it's 7:30 p.m., because this is usually right after my daughter goes to bed, and it says plan week. So workouts, food, whatever. Again, I am not so structured. My calendar is not, nap time, playtime, walk time. It's not like that. It's just like this thing that I follow every day in my head, because if you have kids and are listening to this, you just know it's never going to go according to plan. I can put a walk in from 9 to 10 a.m. every single day, and it will not be in that window. And then that would just annoy me because I wouldn't be hitting the window. Anyways, the last thing is, yes, that alarm goes off at 7:30 every Sunday night. This is where I book my workouts. I look at the week. I'm like, okay, what do I need to be doing this week? If Wednesday's open, for example, that's usually when I'll text someone and I'll be like, hey, what are you doing Wednesday afternoon? Do you want to get together with the kids? Or I'll look at the weather too, of what days are we going to be outside? What's a good day to do something? What do we have coming up this weekend? It's a really nice reset. I don't spend a lot of time here. This is probably 20 minutes of booking workouts and noticing what's coming up and being prepared, I think, mentally for the week. But I highly recommend that. That alarm goes off every single Sunday. I've had it for months, and it has been so helpful of looking at the week and putting things into it that I really want to do, or canceling some things that I don't want to do, like the dentist that I keep putting off, but I did just go recently, so it's done, thank goodness. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that this helps. I hope that this is just something that you can adopt into your week, or you take 1 or 3 things from this and it just makes your life easier. So wishing you a sweet Sunday, and please, as always, like and subscribe, share if this resonates, share with a friend, share with a family member, and I will be talking to you soon.